and I'll poke my nose down, is what Al Jr. says. He is so good in the braking zones. The Penske car is very stable under braking. Perhaps he sees a weak spot now with Rahal, and he may pounce. We're on lap 20. Pit stops will be coming up shortly.
Yeah, but you just see that line that Rahal used kind of moved over about a full lane on his approach into the top of the corkscrew. Here's another decisive point. And no, Al Unser Jr. doesn't have an opportunity to do it. Four-time winner here, 4 years in a row. Starting in 1984, Bobby Rahal. I asked him about that quote, you know, the fastest bald guy here, and he said, well, I didn't really say that. I said I was the fastest Lola, the fastest Mercedes, and then somebody on the crew said, and the fastest bald guy, oh, no, Teo's faster than you are.
Well, he's the second fastest bald guy at the moment because Teo Fabi is running third and Rahal is ninth.
And by the way, least we be politically incorrect. At least one of us in the booth has that description, and another one is well on the way.
Yeah. Lightweight.
Christian Fittipaldi hit the pits. He was 17th at the start, moved up to 12th, and then made a premature pit stop just a few laps ago.
You know, I don't believe Al Jr. thinks he has the room, but he thinks he's about to force the issue here. But you can see Rahal, he didn't win those 4 races in a row for no good reason. He understands every line around here. That piece of debris, you saw that still on the racetrack. It's offline, though, therefore we don't need to go pick it up. But look at Junior. He's fast off the corners. That gives him the run to the braking zones to maybe attempt a run down the inside.
And they are closing on Michael Andretti. They're running a bit faster than Michael and closing in on him. Of course, a battle always slows you down a little bit. Use those offline approaches to try and protect position.
See again the tight line by Junior. Under power. It lines him up for the braking zone. Can't make it, but he's quick off the exit. Oh, he's loose. He's loose.
You said that this is an area of the course that it's very difficult to balance the car in.
Yes, indeed. And this is also the area where a lot of the cars drag sand and dirt onto the racing line. But this is what Junior likes. The run up the hill and have a little look down the inside, but he's too far behind. Vassar still hanging on behind him in 11th place.
Climbing to the top of the hill now, up the top of the corkscrew. Al Unser Jr. looks to the inside, but is way too far back to make a move there. So Al Unser Jr. continues to work at Bobby Rahal. He can make the move just about any time. 21 laps of the 84-lap scheduled distance are complete, and Jacques Villeneuve, the pole sitter, has led from the start.
Introducing the Toyota T100 Extra Cab. Its new 190 horsepower V6 actually outperforms V8s. It's big and spacious, yet amazingly maneuverable, and it's extremely rugged, yet incredibly refined. The new T100 Extra Cab. It's the Toyota of big trucks.
Just how long does a car battery last? About this much time is put into most batteries. But AC Delco puts in more time, so our batteries last over 20% longer. Well, now there's the new Delco Freedom 84, our longest-lasting battery ever. We put in 7 years of guaranteed starts, making it the granddaddy of all batteries.
Hey, my watch.
It has a 4-wheel independent suspension system designed to hug the corners and fly down the straightaways. It has a gleaming red finish, durable enough to withstand vigorous bumping. It seats one comfortably. And although this vehicle will never win any speed races, it will help you come out ahead week after week in the checkout lane.
The girl who was too tall. The girl who could run faster than the boys. The pretty girl who never wanted to be a cheerleader. The girl who turned her back on the in crowd has risen above the rest.
Look at Roger Penske as he holds Al Unser Jr. in the pits, drops his hand, sends him out. They decided to bring him in on the 24th lap, just as the fuel window was beginning to open. I would say just to get him out from behind the battle with Rahal. So Al Unser Jr. has just completed a stop. That breaks off the battle with Bobby Rahal. He is therefore the first of the regulars to come in just as the fuel window opens on lap 24. Jacques Villeneuve is still the leader, being chased by De Ferran, then Teo Fabi, Mauricio Gugelmin, and Scott Pruitt. Interesting strategy here by Roger Penske.
Yes, and that was a good example of a typical Penske move. Realizes losing too much time behind Rahal, couldn't make the pass, get him into the pit lane, then get him out and run by himself. Look at De Ferran under braking, gets it sideways, locking up those rears. And Mauricio Gugelmin, I think, having a stellar day, considering he had a huge crash when he had a component failure yesterday, missed the last qualifying session. This car here was his spare car. They rebuilt it around all the good bits left from the crash car. He is having a good day running Ford.
That must have been tough on him, sitting through that final qualifying session, knowing he had no car available and wondering how bad he was going to suffer in qualifying position. Fortunately, he didn't drop all that much. The time that he set on Friday was a sufficient time, and he started in the third row. Has yet to win in an IndyCar race, but I'll tell you what, his team Pac West, with Mauricio Big Mo, they call him at the wheel, has had a fine season in terms of DNFs. They've really been tracking very cleanly.
You may be curious to know what Hollywood is. It's got nothing to do with Hollywood. In fact, it's a brand of cigarettes that is very popular in South America.
There's really turn one. It's an extension of the pit straight. To a slower car, it's barely there. To an Indy car, it's pretty tough. Then down to a hairpin. Here's Michael Andretti as he makes his first stop of the day. He comes in from 8th position. He was able to move up 4 spots on the start, but then got stuck behind Bobby Rahal and Al Unser Jr. and has not been able to move up since then. Let's go to Gary.
Big change on the handling characteristics. 2 full turns, it appeared, on both sides of the front wing. And Michael, of course, now long gone. He's hoping that he can improve on the handling characteristics. He was loose like so many others.
So everybody fighting exactly the situation that you suggested at starting was going to be the problem here.
Yes, indeed. And loose condition, even without the tire unusual characteristic that we have this weekend. This Laguna Seca racetrack has a history of making Indy cars go loose, but we saw that mechanic wind the screw out on that front wing. That is taking downforce off these cars, off the front wings.
First, second, third on the pit straight, climbing the hill. Oh, what a great view this is. There's that first turn. This is turn 2 in the pit access road.
What a great qualifying battle this was, Paul. Remember yesterday's qualifying? Spectacular.
Back and forth to Ferran, Herta, Fabi, finally Villeneuve. And most of that in the last 60 seconds.
And now you see Villeneuve has track position. Look how quick Fabi is up behind Gilles De Ferran. De Ferran was slow through there. Fabi, this is outside our commentary box. That's where they drift up close to the sand. And here's the uphill run, the first of the uphill runs. 100 miles an hour, the apex there. Villeneuve has breathing room in these medium speed corners. This is 5-6 in the uphill run to the carousel.
Bobby Rahal hit the pits for his first stop of the day. Gary?
Routine all the way and nicely done. 12.6 seconds for a fresh set of Goodyears and a full complement of fuel.
So Rahal in and out. Stop number 1. Al Unser Jr. has been there. Jimmy Vasser has been into the pits, as has Michael Andretti.
And the times are dropping off. Villeneuve is now 7 seconds off his qualifying time, and the people behind him are obviously suffering just as much. They are also running slow.
Well, they're now reporting that Jacques Villeneuve should be in the pits any time now. We'll hang here and see exactly what he plans on doing. Originally, they were talking about making it all the way to lap 30, but the report now is, let's come in next time, which would be at the end of lap 28.
And you can see De Ferran is loose. When he exits these corners, he's got a handful of steering, trying to steer this car and keep it straight. But I can only presume that Fabi has a similar handling characteristic, and Villeneuve, who's not being caught, is grappling also with a loose car. We had that radio report earlier.
All right, so tactically, what do you do now if you're DeFerrin or Fabi? You follow him into the pits?
Oh, you follow him. Yes, you do if you can. Ford engine, Ford engine, Ford engine. Mercedes in the middle of two Fords.
So let's see. Of course, the question is...
I'm sorry, Paul, you asked. No, with the engine manufacturers, they will run as long as they can. The risk is, if Villeneuve gets in and suddenly he runs 4 or 5 seconds a lap faster, then you may lose too much time.
All right, he is in the first pit. Gary's there to watch.
He sneaks around the corner with a clear shot, hits the marks perfectly. His final drive for Team Green before going to the International Formula One Series. Turns up front on the wings. Again, dramatic changes. Will they go for the full load of fuel? Looks like it. Rolling 14.3 seconds.
That's Barry Green as he turns to watch his car head onto the track. Of course, Gilles de Ferran took over the lead, followed by Theo Fabi, Pruitt, Tracy, and Jacques Villeneuve in the pit lane came up in 5th position. It's de Ferran's first time to lead an IndyCar race since mid-Ohio. Jan Beekes?
Well, Paul, that's some interesting strategy because generally when you're running in second place that close, you follow the leader in when he makes a pit stop. But Jim Hall deciding now this time is for the time for Gilles de Ferran to come in to make his stop. He'll be in here very shortly.
So do you think, in fact, that was a conscious decision, Jan, to not, boy, I got to tell you, de Ferran is really loose as he came over the top of the corkscrew. A conscious decision, or maybe Jack just pulled off the edge too quickly?
No, they knew because they saw Barry Green's crew roll out. But I think the reason being that these crews are right next to each other, and this will give Gilles de Ferran a straighter shot in here. They're hoping they can make very quick service. As a matter of fact, here he comes. He stops it on the marks, and in fact, he did have a nice straight run. Behind him, many other people always pointing down. That's an interesting scenario. That is because he wants a change in the wing. We checked there was a full turn. Wait, he's starting to pull away a little too early. 10.6 seconds. Gilles de Ferran underway.
Turn on the right front wing. And here comes Jacques Villeneuve off of the last corner. But it doesn't look like he's going to catch him. It looks like de Ferran's going to come up to full speed. Of course, you saw that Theo Fabi also came in. De Ferran does get out ahead of him.
And
Fabi's coming down the hill alongside Tracy.
Tracy knows how valuable track position is, and Fabi forces the issue. He's down the inside, doesn't quite get the move. Tracy doesn't quite pull it off. But what a great pit stop by Jim Hall's crew to get de Ferran in and out. Nothing like track position. De Ferran already has the fastest lap of the race. Now he has the lead. Now he has control.
I got to tell you, it surprises me that de Ferran was able to beat Villeneuve. Very interesting maneuver. Keeps the lead.
America's always been a country of inventors, a nation of relentless tinkerers, a land of improvisation. Businesses start in garages, hobbies turn into industries, and if you're Bank of America, you hold up your end of the job by making sure every business service is in place for when the next brainstorm hits in the middle of the night. Banking on America. Bank of America.
With new spark plugs, you get improved performance for a while. But only Bosch Platinum has a pure platinum center electrode that's heat fused for an airtight seal. So Bosch Platinum reaches its self-cleaning temperature faster for full engine power over a longer performance life. Which means you'll replace a lot of other things before you change your Bosch Platinums. Bosch Platinum, the ultimate spark plug.
Miller Genuine Draft Bobby Ray Hall IndyCar. Awesome when opened up.
Gilles de Ferran has the lead here at Laguna Seca, being chased by Jacques Villeneuve. 10-second stop, very quick. You wonder if they didn't short the fuel load a little bit and were just watching up track, and as soon as they saw Villeneuve's blue nose poke around the corner, go ahead and pull the fuel so they could keep him in track position. Jan Vikas?
Paul, we have the answer for you on that question. They did take a short load of fuel. When I was calling the pit stop, you mentioned that he tried to pull away a little too early. I checked with the